Good morning, good afternoon to each and everyone. Super excited about having an opportunity to be here with you this evening. My name is Alton Patterson. I'm a proud two-star investor with Miracle Cash and more. Chances are, to our guests, you were invited by an esteemed member of the community. And for that, we want to give you a warm welcome. As always, to all our esteemed members, we're excited about having you always listening in, understanding more for this opportunity is just absolutely amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, however, it's not about me, it's totally about you. And this afternoon, I have the esteemed pleasure of introducing someone who I have the utmost respect for. This gentleman is the shareholder in the company as well, along with being a board member of the Miracle Technology Holdings itself. He is the visionary and CEO behind Cashflow NFT, which has made it possible for all of us to be able to have an opportunity to be an investor in this company. And also being an early crypto enthusiast, there is no better person to really take the reign and share with you the vision of what this company is all about and why is it that we are so excited. So without further ado, I want to welcome to the line Mr. Micah Field. Micah, it's all yours. You're not able to. All right, let's see what's going on here.
All right.
All right.
I might need to have sharing powers as well, so I can share my screen.
Okay, I'm doing that now.
All right. But thank you for the introduction, and it's good to be here. Good to do these presentations once in a while when time permits. And I thought I'd come on today and share about our opportunity and our company. So today we're going to specifically talk about one of our products. And if you want to know more about the company, you probably saw leading up to this a lot of different videos touching on a lot of different divisions in our company. And so, but if you want to get more in depth about the company, there's another presentation that delves more into that. In this presentation, we're going to focus on a product we call Node System. So let's open up the screen here and share. Okay, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, can someone just confirm that you're seeing this passive income opportunity, Phoenix?
Yeah, we're seeing
All
it.
right. All right, perfect. All right, so before we get into it, let's do some legal stuff. And our lawyers demand this from us. Okay. Investment disclaimer: the information provided does not constitute financial advice, investment recommendations, or an endorsement of any investment strategy. Investments involve risk, and past performance is not indicative of future results. Always conduct thorough research and seek the advice of a qualified financial professional before making investment decisions. Any reliance on the information provided is at your own risk. We do not guarantee the accuracy or completeness of the information and disclaim any liability for any direct or consequential loss arising from any use of this content. Remember that all investments carry risk, and you should be aware of your risk tolerance and financial situation before making investment decisions. So this is a copyright. I'm not going to read this whole thing, but you can see that it is copywritten material. And so that basically says you can't use it yourself and do things with it. Just make sure that if this is going to be used in any way, just make sure you contact us and let us know what you're using it for. So a little bit about me, not too much. Just my story goes that in 2015, I saw someone share how they were consulting with clients across the world. And I've been following this blogger for a while, and he used to be at Wall Street. He left Wall Street and because he felt it was just completely corrupted. And then he was sharing how when he takes payment from doing his consultancy with people in different countries, the easiest way and the best way for him was to do it through Bitcoin. So he showed how he had a QR code on the screen, his client would scan it and then send him Bitcoin. And when I saw that, it just, all of a sudden, I saw what Bitcoin was in a sense, and I started to research it. And the more I researched the technology, the more interested and excited I became about the technology. And it's been pretty much my life ever since. And I'm seeing that this technology has the potential to change the world for the better. I'm seeing that this technology can allow places on the planet that are impoverished to come out of that poverty, not overnight, but over time. And I believe that what we're doing with our company will play a big role in doing that. 3 years ago, I met Hakan Turhan here in Cyprus after I bought an apartment using crypto, and his company was the company that would do the transactions for the developer. We met and he shared with me about this company, Miracle Cash and More, and how he planned to put crypto centers all over the world and be the future bank of the world. And I was immediately enthralled by it. And we ended up sort of joining forces, partnering up. And now 3 years later, we have this amazing company. And one of our divisions is called Web3. Web3 is really what is blockchain. That's sort of the nickname, because Web2 was social media and all of that. And then Web3 is things that are being built in a decentralized space through the blockchain. So that's what we're talking about today is Web3, and we're talking about a node system. Now, when you show up to one of these, I know what it's like. If you're the first time, in the back of my mind, I always think, well, you know, I'm here to be nice to my friend, and I'm not really looking for anything. And as long as, tell me the price, these thoughts. And the other thing is they're just trying to make me sell a bunch of stuff. And one of the things here is we're actually not looking in the same manner that people are used to. What we are doing, though, is providing a way for anyone, it doesn't matter who you are and what your situation is, to have an opportunity. And what we've gotten rid of is having to have money. That's not a necessity here. We got rid of having to have time. That's not a necessity here. And having to be a certain place or do things that, people can't do. So everything that's here is about being able to get a situation for yourself where you can have a lifestyle. So when you think of like, what are the options? If someone's like desperately trying to, retire, or desperately trying to have a better life, and where they live doesn't allow it, or their job doesn't allow them to try to even get out of it because maybe their overhead and their bills are so high, if they just, quit their job for a month, it would put them it would bankrupt them. So here's really what we're saying is that we have a product here that pays passively, and there's no talent that you need to be involved with this. And it's a business that's based on the transactional needs that are happening now in the world through blockchain and digital currency. So it's both, really, it's online, but it's also offline, like retail locations that people are starting to use their crypto to buy things in storefronts or to buy what they need online. They want to use crypto, and it's becoming more and more a thing. So what is digital passive income? Why is it so valuable? having a digital asset that pays you in tokens privately distributed to a secure wallet that no one can access but you. You can choose when you take profit. You can maximize your profits by staying in the currency that's increasing in value, or you can cash out right away from anywhere in the world. Really, we look at node systems, and it's each transaction that has a fee, and those fees are shared with node owners, and we'll talk about where those fees are being generated. It's done through what's called the trustless smart contract. Now, this is one of the really amazing parts of this industry, is something called smart contract, which was invented by Vitalik Buterin, who launched a token or a chain called Ethereum. Now, this contract that we have has been audited and authenticated by one of the top auditing companies in the world, which basically brought our first product, Leveler, from having a valuation of under $1 million to having a valuation now over $25 million. You can't fake Bitcoin, first of all. That's why Bitcoin went from 8 cents to now $60,000 per coin, is because the system is perfection. It was built in 2009 and no one has touched it since, and it works every time. That's why it's a system that is better than what we've been using. What have we been using? Well, we've been using, regular money, banks and wires and PayPal and all of that. Now, this audit plays a really good, big part of what we're going to talk about today, because in the world of blockchain, what's really great about that is that you don't, at a certain point, you don't have to trust the human being. If you have to trust the human being can do things to hurt you. In the smart contract world, it's basically a contract. And I like to do this analogy, if you don't mind. So let's say you have a person that it's very hot out and they're desperately wanting to drink some water. Follow me here when I explain this. And they find a vending machine that has water. And so the vending machine has a rule, and let's call that rule the smart contract. It says that if you put $1 in the machine and you visually can see the water there, and you press this button E3, it's going to give you the water. And so you put $1 in, you press E3, water comes out. Just as expected, that's how vending machines work, but they do have a smart contract built into them. Now, if you go into a store, same person, needs water, talks to the clerk at the store and says, I know your water is $1, but I'm about to faint. I could die here in your store. I only have 90 cents. Will you give me that water? And probably the clerk will bend the rules and say, okay, I'll give you the water for 90 cents. You look like you're in need. The vending machine can't bend the rule. It is 100% always going to follow the rule, and that is what a smart contract is. So we're talking about lifestyle. We're talking about options. And so there's going to be a lot of different types of people looking at our presentation. Some are, they're getting up there in age. They're looking at, what is retirement? How can I retire? What is my life going to be like when I retire? There's some people that are frustrated across the board. They don't have enough money. Their job doesn't pay them enough to do the things that they need to do, insurance, pay for the family, all of these things. Other people, they don't know what they're going to do with their life. They don't have a career. So there's so many different people that are looking at this presentation. And what we're talking about is, what is the option that people have to be able to do the things they want to do, to be able to take care of their family, to be able to have fun, maybe travel, get some freedom. And that when you look at it, it's very, very hard to be able to change your life financially. And here's what we're saying. This is an opportunity that can do that. Okay, anyone who's presenting something to you that says, you're guaranteed here, no, that's not what it is. It's that the world it's hard to find something good. And when you do, it's also hard to recognize that it is good. And so when you look at everything, the person presenting it to you has to make a good claim to say, here is really a great opportunity that could work for you. One of the things that we know, trying to get to a better place by starting a traditional small business has a lot of challenges. A small business is tied to physical locations. This node system works from your laptop wherever you are in the world. Earnings are happening every single day through this node system, and it's based on transactions that are happening throughout the world, not just in your immediate environment. Small businesses has a lot of headaches, depends on daily operations, customer interactions, and you have to manually manage that. So how do you stay at your job and keep your income and start a business at the same time? That's sort of the point here. Nodes, no registrations. Basically, you pay for your nodes, you get your login name, you get your password set up, and then every day, all you have to do is go onto the website, you click one button, and it runs your node, and that collects fees from all over the world and gets delivered to you into your account. And then you can cash out on those fees. Owning a small business is, I think everyone understands, there's a lot of headaches, and it's virtually impossible for someone who's not really that entrepreneurial to do something like that. Node system is tied to our company. Our company is building more and more products that pay the nodes. We're expanding everything that pay the nodes. So the node owner, all they do is participate by running the node, and then we do all the work in increasing how much money those nodes make. Maintenance is how much does it cost to run your laptop? That's it. And maybe at some point you need a new one. That's it. There's really no maintenance in this business. We're in beta right now, so we will come out of beta very soon. But once in beta, we will be paying out on a daily basis, and that can be transferred over to a Visa debit card, and you can literally go down to an ATM and get the cash the same day, which is amazing. Runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And the way we make our fees, we can have customers in every single town in anywhere in the world, as long as they have internet connection and power. So it's a massively far-reaching platform. We spoke about how in 2015, I saw and understood what Bitcoin was, and I started working with Bitcoin, and I would tell people that that's what I was doing. So I would say, yeah, I'm involved in crypto. And they look at me like, what are you talking about? They have no idea what I was talking about. And then my second thing would be like, do you understand, what Bitcoin is? And I'd be like, yeah, I heard, but I don't know what it is. And fast forward to today, we have the world is involved. Countries are buying Bitcoin to put it on their books. El Salvador is the whole country is changing because they incorporated Bitcoin as a legal tender. There's investment vehicles now on Wall Street for Bitcoin. So things are changing, and people are, a lot of times they'll say, well, I wish I knew, I wish I knew before. I wish I knew this. I wish I knew that. I wish I knew what was going to happen. I would have bought stock in this company. I would have done these things. Well, one of the things is you do know. Now you know that the world is going to be transacting only on the blockchain in the future. Kids that are born today won't know a world where banks even exist, okay? So you do know. And when you do know, you know that there's going to be massive opportunities to provide services for people for their coins, when they need to use them, when they need to buy something. So being in that space and being in this industry now is kind of being a trailblazer, because people usually don't know what's coming until it's here. That's just how it is. The first credit card was used in 1950 something, and it wasn't common until the 80s. Should you have been invested in the credit card industry? Of course you should have. So we spoke about smart contracts. And so what happens in our system is that everything is going to be, or is coded into the smart contract. So there's a percentage of our transactions that are allocated towards these nodes. And as they are coded in, there is no interfering with that. No human can cheat the system, so to speak, because everything is transparent. If you were to go and look at Bitcoin's blockchain, you would see every single transaction that's happened since day one, and you can track all the Bitcoin back to the first Bitcoin that was ever transacted. So all of this happens with full transparency, and all the transactions are secure. So there is no cheating here. It's 100% in a immutable smart contract. So one of the services that Miracle Cash and More has been developing, and Miracle Cash and More has been doing this work ever since 2017 with the vision of being the fintech bank of the future. And Miracle Pay is our payment system. So anyone who wants to purchase something in a store or in a gas station, want to buy gas, or if they want to buy airline tickets, whatever that may be, Miracle Pay has the technology to facilitate those payments, number one. It also has the exchange to convert the crypto over to local currency, and has the infrastructure to wire the money to that merchant in their local currency into the bank account, the same way a Visa or MasterCard transaction would happen. The merchant would see their funds within 24 to 48 hours in their bank account. There's also a way to integrate the system with the existing accounting software that these retailers have. That's why the second largest transactional merchant account processing company signed a deal with us. They have 40 million active accounts, and we will be their preferred crypto transaction service, pre-installed on every Android device, all 40 million devices. So in that, when you think of 40 million accounts, you can imagine that it took a very long time for that company to build that network, several decades, I'm sure. And because Miracle Pay saw this transition happening in the world, we started to build the technology to be the leader in the future of these transactions, accepting crypto, providing that service. And so because of that, we are able to actually tap into existing networks. And so we're anticipating, as a result of our understanding of these changes happening, that when we tap into that, our company revenue will absolutely explode. And part of that now is the node system. So 10% of Miracle Pay fees go to the nodes. So it's not an overnight explosion maybe, but because there's 40 million accounts, as we start to open those 40 million accounts up, we will see an amazing revenue inflow coming from Miracle Pay. And then we have another 2 revenue channels that operate in the decentralized finance world. This is a place where people who are exchanging their crypto coins can do that without having to go through a centralized exchange. A centralized exchange is like a Coinbase or a Binance, for instance. A decentralized exchange has many different components, but it really operates through, again, what I was saying, a smart contract. It's putting people together from anywhere in the world where they can actually exchange their coins with each other, like an international marketplace without a company in the middle. So we've built and completed, and we've audited this application called Leveler. And I'm not going to get into too much complex technical jargon here, but Leveler is a first-to-market service in this space. And in the decentralized finance world, it's really people that are becoming the bank. They're providing their liquidity, they're providing their money in these transactions, and they get a fee when that money is being used in the transaction. Phoenix Leveler allows those who trade with the liquidity to borrow other people's money and make more money with their money, okay? So that's as technical I'm gonna get, but it's a first to market. It is a huge demand for this service, and we're gonna launch this in the next few days, and we're very excited about its potential. The decentralized finance space is doing billions upon billions of dollars in trades every 24 hours. So for us just to get a 0.01% of that, we're doing between $50,000 to $100,000 in revenue per day. 20% of our revenue goes to the nodes. And then in maybe 2 months, we're launching another application called Miracle Swap. Miracle Swap provides the service of the trades, retail. So anyone who wants to exchange their Bitcoin for Ethereum or USD, they can go to Miracle Swap and they can connect their decentralized wallet, and then they can make that trade. And every time they do, your node gets paid. So these are just the first 2 applications. There will be more coming. We have a tremendous amount of creativity and ideas as a company, and these are just the beginning, first 2 revenue channels. So again, that's Miracle Swap 1, Leveler 2, and Miracle Pay 3 that pay the nodes on a daily basis. So passive income. Passive income, if you've never had it, my prior career was actually being an actor, and I would film TV commercials. You know, Big Red chewing gums, 7-Up commercial, Coca-Cola, Ford, and I filmed it one day. And every time they showed it on TV, because there's a union for actors, the demand was, you're using my image, so you pay every time you show it. So I was making residual income. So I'd film a commercial and they pay me for 2 years. It's amazing. It's an amazing feeling to have passive income. It means you have freedom. And I was just a kid then. So I would shoot a commercial, and you know, I grew up in Sweden and I lived in Los Angeles, but it gave me the freedom to go to Sweden and visit my mom, stay there for the summer. Checks were coming in. Amazing. So this part of owning nodes is the best part. It's not just the money, but it is that it's passive income. Yes, you have to start them once a day, but I think probably very soon you can do that from your phone, so it's not a big deal. Industry is exploding. When you think about if everyone in the future is going to be using crypto when they pay, think about how many more people are going to be part of this industry in a few years. That is just talking about the biggest industry in the world. You talk about everybody needs it. Everybody's coming to it. Imagine what happens to these companies who are leading the way now. Also, the node is going to be tied to what's called a non-fungible token. And so when you own the node, you're not stuck with it forever. If for some reason you wanted to sell your business, you can do that by basically uploading it onto a website such as OpenSea, for instance. You put your price, and a buyer with the right pricing, you can sell your business in a matter of minutes, not weeks, months. You don't have to go through paperwork. You don't have to know who they are. They don't need to know who you are, because it all is on the blockchain. So you have absolutely full transparency about what that business is doing, how much revenue it's doing on a daily basis. And it's really an incredible asset because it's so liquid. Passive income, if you make enough from here, obviously you don't have to beg anyone for a job. You don't have to worry about your bills. The opportunity for this business to grow will continue for life. I believe that in the future, we will sell these same nodes for 20, 30, 40,000 and up. Same exact nodes, but because of everything we're doing, the value or the price of the nodes will increase exponentially. There's only 20,000 available. We've sold 6,000. Once we sell out, we will not create more. That'll be it. It's done. It's over with. So those people who own them, they'll own them, and no one else can get their hands on them unless they buy them from somebody who already owns the node. The nodes started at, I think, 2,500. We had a discount the first month. So the least I think someone paid for these was like $800. So $800 and up. And now, because of the evolution of everything, the nodes have also increased in price, and they will continue to increase in price. And we might be very, very close to another increase because of the launch of Leveler and everything that's happening. And because we're selling a lot of nodes. However, there's a few things to say. One is, if you just saw the price and you're upset because maybe you don't have you have $3,300, we also have a mini node, which is about $360. So that's an option. Another option is that you can get more nodes in these promotional packages. And this is the last time that we're doing a promotion on the nodes. So this is a it's the best promotion we've had. It's an insanely exciting promotion. This to me is a life-changing move for anyone who does get the opportunity to buy one of these. We have promotion package number one is $5,000. You get 2 nodes and 2 mini nodes. The retail price for that is $7,326. That then comes out to $2,273 on average per node. We have promotion number 2, which is a $10,000 package. You get 5 nodes and 5 mini nodes, and the retail price for that is $18,315. And that gives you an average of 5.5 nodes at an average of $1,818 per node. And then promotion package number 3 is $25,000. That gives you 14 nodes. I'm laughing because this to me, like, I wish I had this opportunity, when I was younger or whatever, after spending 30 years looking for success as an entrepreneur. If I had one of these things back then, it would have been just insane. Anyway, promotion number 3, 14 nodes and 14 mini nodes. The retail price for that would be $51,282. A $25,000 package makes this average per price node 1,623 per node. This is scheduled to end. What are we now? It's scheduled to end on Monday. So you have a few days to take advantage of this opportunity. Concluding this with that Miracles, our company, we have innovative technology, we have an amazing strategy, we have partnerships, and it really puts us in a position to be at the forefront of this digital revolution. Building a company with that in mind has always been what we've been doing. It's about understanding how, when this becomes the way that people transact, it's regulations, it's all of that, what goes with that, to actually be able to move everyone's transactions onto the blockchain. And that's what's happening right now. Owning a node system means you're tapping into a rapidly growing industry with immense potential for huge passive income and financial growth for yourself. This could be the start of something amazing for you and your family. So that concludes our node presentation. I hope this was inspiring, invigorating, and fun. And I hope that you really consider to take a position with this opportunity. And for those of you who took time out to be nice to your friends, I hope your time here was valuable to you, and we look forward to seeing you again. Thank you very much. Take care.